Designed with the driver in mind, the all-new Mazda CX-90 is the perfect blend of high-performance appearance and world-class refinement. Right now, get 0.9% financing on the all-new CX-90 at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer. Team Mazda, a member of the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good morning.
Morning.
Happy Wednesday, everyone.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Now.
Midweek.
I know, right?
We made it, folks.
We did. We were talking about earlier, Monday, Tuesday, good chance of rain. Wednesday, nothing on Monday, rain-wise. You got rain yesterday?
I got rain yesterday.
I felt so guilty saying that I did. I got like 20 minutes of like decent rain.
Same.
Right?
Yeah.
I felt really kind of bad about it until I was out there dancing around in it. Because, but apparently a bit drier pattern beginning again today.
I know. The next couple of days, Steve, it's looking like that's the trend, huh?
Yeah, not the trend we want or we need right now, but rain chances on the way back down. We start you out with our first alert radar network this morning. All dry inland, that's some clutter that we've got right now. Now, these are some legit showers and storms offshore, closer to the Chandeleur Islands, but those largely going to stay offshore the next several hours. How about this sunrise shot from our Sky9 camera on top of Our Lady of the Lake? Golden skies, the sun comes up over the capital city. Here in Baton Rouge, Hammond 72 degrees, a couple of spots in the upper 60s, New Road 68, Opelousas 69. Even those numbers a little bit above normal. It's going to be another day with above normal temperatures approaching 90 by noon. Highs this afternoon returning to the low to mid 90s, but as we said, a drier day. Rain chances down to 20%. Here's a look at Futurecast, and it shows those showers and storms offshore staying closer to the mouth of the river through lunchtime. That's noon. Inland largely has it dry into the afternoon, 3:30, showing a couple of storms along the coast. That's about it. It does generate a couple of showers here late this afternoon at 6 o'clock, and then has those fizzling out pretty quickly. So you see not a whole lot of rain showing up. Unfortunately, that's going to be the trend. There is a weak area low pressure kind of spinning off to our east this morning, generating those rains offshore, but that feature largely going to stay a little bit east of us, may enhance rain chances along the immediate coast, but that is just about it. Checking in on the tropics this morning. We still have Tropical Storm Philippe out here battling some wind shear, probably going to weaken slowly in the days ahead. And just southeast of it, another area of low pressure. That one, given a 90% chance of development, could very well kind of follow a path similar to Philippe. Next name up, if it gets named, is Rena, but right now does not look to be a concern to us. Now, back here in the United States, let's look at the 7-day rainfall outlook. Couple of stories. Number one, you've heard about that saltwater issue in the Mississippi River, downriver from Baton Rouge, from Plaquemines Parish, and eventually threatening perhaps New Orleans. We need some rain across the Mississippi Valley right now, not a whole lot over the next 7 days. A little bit in the Ohio Valley, which will make its way into the Mississippi, but not a big amount. Locally right now, the outlook suggesting a quarter inch or less. Near north of the interstates, a little more close to the coast. Drought will continue and potentially get worse over the next 7 to 10 days. Rain chances on the way down, 20% today, 10% Thursday, Friday, and then this weekend into next week, largely keeping it dry. That's the bad news. Highs staying above normal in the 90s. This weekend does get a little less humid. That allows our morning lows to come down a bit in the upper 60s, but still looking at above normal temps continuing. Time now is 7:06 with an update on your Wednesday morning drive. Here's Johnny Ace.
Very slow coming out of Denham Springs. We see that a lot. This is I-12 at the Juban on-ramp. Very slow traffic before Juban all the way into the East Baton Rouge Parish. And we do have a wreck being reported on I-12 westbound in that direction right near O'Neill. But that's not really causing a lot of that delay because it's a fender bender way off to the far left side, and no lanes are affected by that at all. Slow traffic, though, 25 minutes from Juban to the 1012. We can see the breakdown, 11 minutes to the Amite River, another 7 to Millerville, and another 7 beyond that to the 1012 merge this morning. Spin you around downtown. Look at the bridge. We're starting to see our first bit of brake tapping on the Intracoastal Overpass. See that in the background? That's the intercoastal overpass coming toward the on-ramp to get on the bridge to come into the Baton Rouge area. And then once you get past the top of the bridge coming into Baton Rouge, you're fine. 7 minutes after 7, you're watching WAFB, our extended news in a little condensed version of what you might have missed this morning. We do it from Studio B on WAFB Plus every morning at 7 o'clock. It's Liz and Matt.
Johnny, thank you. So you had the shot of the bridge behind you, right? Different picture than what we saw around 12:30, 12 o'clock last night.
So if you're out and about that part of the world, look, the bridge always has some sort of traffic issue any given day, right? This is something we haven't seen before. People going across the bridge, is westbound, right?
Yeah.
Come across pigs, dead pigs on the interstate. Now the presumption is this came from the back of a trailer, a vehicle, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly yet. Now, we've put calls out, Sheriff's Office, LSP, DOTD, all these crews who might be responsible for updating us on exactly what happened. But presumption is they fell out of the back of a trailer, don't know where that trailer is now. The driver is no longer, didn't stick around. There's a lot of different pieces to a puzzle we haven't completed yet.
So there's an investigation into all of this, right? We don't know exactly what caused the crash or why that driver fled.
Right.
As Matt mentioned, they're still looking for the driver of the haul carrying those pigs. A lot was going on, but as we started this morning, just know that all of those westbound lanes, folks coming from Baton Rouge going to Port Allen and Plaquemine, all of the traffic is not impacted by that. That's all clean. We just want to know what happened here and why.
Right.
So we've got those calls in. We're going to let you know when we get these updates to a very bizarre story here.
Very bizarre. It's like 30 pigs out there on the interstate dead. Oh, we'll keep you all caught up. Okay, so that was going on this morning into a little bit earlier this morning. This was last night, but it has that carryover, right? Is there an impact from a gubernatorial debate? Did you take anything away from this Gray TV gubernatorial debate? Only 2 of the top 3 polling candidates were actually there at the podium.
That's it. 3 were invited.
Right.
You can see Jeff Landry, he actually had the highest number of people interested there in the Gray TV poll that came out about a week ago. He declined the invite to attend. So you had Republican Stephen Waguespack and you had Democrat Sean Wilson kind of going head to head talking about a number of things, about crime, about infrastructure, traffic, safety, education. So Lester Douay actually kind of did a recap of all the things happening. Callie Hubbard kind of touching us back in base about what they talked about last night and what they think is the best plan to make Louisiana a better place to live.
So did they sway any voters? Did you perhaps learn something you didn't know? Were you sitting maybe on the fence a little bit? Well, it is kind of those last few days because early voting begins this weekend, Saturday in fact. So this is one of those last opportunities. But as you mentioned, the person leading in most of these polls chose not to accept the invitation. Does that have any impact on it, or did he not need to be there? We'll see come election day. But again, the early voting begins on Saturday for all that. So from gubernatorial debates to how about a GOP Republican, obviously, presidential debate?
2024, I know it seems like a while away, but that's coming before you know it. So tonight, GOP and the RNC, Republican National Committee, actually holding a debate in California, trying to vie for your vote. You're not going to see former President Donald Trump. He says he's going to be in Michigan along the picket lines there with strikers and striking auto workers. You're also not going to see Arkansas's Governor Asa Hutchinson. He actually didn't meet the requirements of the RNC to make this poll. So you have 7 candidates out there tonight, all thinking what they best believe is a plan for America moving forward.
I think when you have these 7 on stage, I think there's still a conversation right now because former President Donald Trump is leading in so many, a big lead in so many of these polls. When you look at the Republican candidates, is this a debate for second place right now? Who actually makes that move and becomes the biggest challenger for Donald Trump? We'll see what happens on the stage tonight. 8 o'clock our time is, we believe, kind of the time frame. Check it out. See if you kind of get swayed one way or another. Speaking of conversations about getting to the polls and voting, what if you live in West Feliciana and want to know what's going on? One
of the big parishes where you have multiple positions open for a vote. So tonight, West Feliciana Council Chamber of Commerce is actually hosting a forum debate for all the candidates to kind of make their last-ditch effort on swaying you to vote for them. If you'd like to weigh in that conversation, it's 6:30 tonight at the Westphal High School. It's going to be at their auditorium. You can attend and hear from all those candidates in person.
Makes it easy right there. Get on out there and be a part of it. Okay, a couple things going on. We've got an online job fair, so to speak, and one that's in person right down at the Raising Cane's River Center. This is the Louisiana Economic Development, their Fast Start program.
Yeah. LED, Louisiana Economic Development. So let's start there. You can do this all from the comfort of your own home.
Right.
From 4 to 7 today, you can see all the different positions they have. It's local, statewide companies too that are looking for people, but you just need to register, get online, and then figure out which position is for you.
Right.
These are full-time positions across the state. Make sure you register before looking at some of those jobs.
Full-time, right? So you mentioned that. These are some part-time gigs down at the Raising Cane's River Center.
Yeah.
They're looking for ticket takers down there at Raising Cane's River Center. Looking for catering crews down there. All the part-time jobs.
Yes.
In person, but also need to register for this one.
Yes.
So a couple different opportunities for folks.
4 to 6:30 for the Raising Cane's River
Yeah,
Center.
okay.
Go in person and inquire about those
There it is.
opportunities.
Okay, we were talking about this earlier. We had a Metro Councilman, EBR Metro Councilman, Darrell Hurst, apparently made a trip over to the parish prison and says, enough's enough. We got to fix this place up here.
The facility is just so old that
Yeah.
you've got a lot of deteriorating parts of it. We get a lot of calls from people who say something needs to change. The AC needs to be
Right.
fixed. The laundry list is long, right? So Councilman Darrell Hurst went in there and says, look, there's a lot of things that even prisoners should not be akin to here because this makes it a safety concern for
It's
them
a
getting
safety
back out
issue.
into the public.
You're right. It makes a safety issue for the guards,
Yes,
everybody there.
Yes, and so he's trying to figure out a plan to make sure that this moves forward. Tonight at the EBR Metro Council meeting, he's introducing a plan to come up with a juvenile justice and EBR task force. It may be made up of 12 people, including the sheriff, members of the community, the mayor, and a number of people to kind of tackle this and figure out, can we build them a new building? Can we make some improvements, renovate one side, or can we just combine the Juvenile Justice Center and the parish prison? All these talks are and considerations are being weighed here as they figure out what's the best option.
So a lot to dig into there. Metro Council going to start that conversation. All right, Beyonce tonight in South Louisiana. You going to the Dome?
I'm not, but I know a couple people who are.
We got some folks here from the station who are actually going to be down there. All right, so we know that Johnny Asian is not a big fan of one of these superstars out there. Johnny, Steve, Beyonce on the list. You going down to NOLA
Absolutely
today?
huge Beyonce fan.
There
you go.
We've got
Okay, so
someone
you're
dancing
Team
right
Beyonce?
off here to the side.
I'm Team Beyonce. I'm not Team Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I think we made that clear, right?
Well, I like Beyonce back when she was with the other girls. What was it?
Destiny's Child?
Destiny
Apparently
Child.
you were such a huge fan.
I
Yes.
know.
Yeah,
The-
he's just
the-
knocking
Back
down
when
the
she
door.
was with Boys to Men. What was it?
Boys to Men? John, what? Oh, no.
Yeah, I'll be tired tomorrow. I'll
I
be
thought you
tired
were one of her
tomorrow.
backup dancers. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
I'll
see.
be
We'll see
tired
if he's
tomorrow.
coming in bebopping Beyonce tunes.
Wake up,
If
Steve.
you're going, be safe out there. We'll see you later.
No.
The winning play is the Buy Here, Sell Here event at the Team Automotive Group. Buy here and save on hundreds of certified and pre-owned vehicles. Or sell here and we'll pay you top value. Buy here or sell here and you'll be the winner at every location of the Team Automotive Group.